Today, we'll be creating this fantastic Monstera leaf decorative bowl from air dry clay and then painting it with acrylic paint. I had a lot of fun creating this, and at the end of the project, I have ended up with something beautiful that I can use. So let's see how it was made. For this project, we'll be using a 2 kg block of terracotta air dry clay, some cling film, a rolling pin, a hobby knife, a medium round brush, a medium flat brush and palette knife. And to paint our bowl, we'll be using sap green, monastral green and medium yellow, all in acrylic colour. And to hold that paint, we'll be using a round plastic palette. The first step is to roll out the clay. To do this, I cut the 2 kg block of clay in half lengthways. Put this aside and roll out some cling film. Place the 2 blocks side by side onto the cling film and blend the 2 blocks of clay together. Cling film is then laid over the top of the clay and the slab is rolled out until it reaches a thickness of approximately 12 millimeters. When sculpting with air dry clay, we must always think about the inherent qualities of the medium. Air dry clay is not as strong as fired clay, so making it a little thicker will ensure that it will be as strong as it can be. Keeping the thickness consistent also limits the amount of cracking that can happen when air dry clay goes through the drying process. Next, we need to cut out the leaf silhouette, and you can find this on our website. This has been printed out to A3 sizing and is cut out with a hobby knife. Remember to always use caution when using a hobby knife, and remember the golden rule to always cut away from your person. Once the silhouette is cut out, remove the cling film from the side that will be used for the top and lay the template over it. Using a palette knife, profile cut around the leaf silhouette. Try to keep the blade vertical so the edge is at 90 degrees and remove the waste clay. While you're here, check out some of Montmartre's other projects. Explore this new home of creativity and check out the Create section of the website. Here you will discover a whole heap of free projects and how-tos to keep your creative juices flowing. Once the leaf shape has been cut out, we create the patterning on the leaf from the veins. First lay in the central vein and then take a vein out to each part of the leaf between the gaps of the leaf with a pointed modelling tool. The gaps and holes in the leaf are called fenestrations. To give the veins a raised look, we can create a depression beside each edge of the vein. We can then add more clay onto the top of the central vein and blend it in. The sculpting of the front side of the leaf is finished, and now we can form it. To create the concave shape, we need to lay it face down over a convex form. I'm using an old salad bowl that I'm wrapping fabric around. This is a sheet of old canvas, but an old tea towel or t-shirt would work also. Because this bowl is quite large, our bowl will be quite shallow. If a smaller bowl was used as the form, it would cause the leaf to have a deeper concave shape. Lay the leaf face side down and remove the cling film. At this stage, you can clean up the underside and edge of the leaf. All bowls have a ring for the bowl to sit on. This is called a foot, or in Japanese, the kudai. We roll out some clay to a thickness of 2 centimeters, then use a glass as a template and cut the round shape and remove the waste clay. Remove the glass and cut the inside of the clay out so the ring has a wall thickness of approximately 15 millimeters, and then attach it to the middle of the underside of the leaf. Smooth the join with the end of a paintbrush. Now we just leave our bowl to dry. Without speed drying with a hairdryer, this will take about 2 to 3 days. Okay, so I've let this dry for a couple of days. There's only a few cracks on the bottom there, and they'll be able to be repaired just with water and a brush. If the cracks are larger, you can always pack it with fresh clay and it won't crack again. Once it's cracked, that's generally it for air dry clay. So I'll repair that and then we're good to paint. Squeeze out some sap green and monastral green, and using a flat brush lay this into the underside. Scrub the paint into the edge of the leaf as well. Allow this to dry and give it a second coat. Once dry, turn it the right way up and paint the front side. Again, once this is dry, paint a second coat. Squeeze out some medium yellow and mix it into the green colour on the palette to lighten it. This will be the colour for the veins of the leaf. I lay this in with the round brush and give it a second coat, and voila! Well, we hope you enjoyed that project and at least hope you've picked up something you can use with your art. We love seeing you create, so be sure to snap a photo and hashtag MontmartreArt or tag us on Instagram or Facebook so we can see what you've come up with. Thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon.